All right, welcome into this technical focus lesson with the Trinity Rock and Pop initial series of books. This one we're looking at Hot Pants by James Brown. Now, if you're watching this, you must be a member of the channel. So firstly, I want to say thank you for being a member and for your support, and hopefully you get a lot of value out of this video. James Brown is a fantastic musician, and he's had some fantastic musicians play with him. There was a couple different drummers that are really well known that used to play with James Brown. So I would like you to find out one for me and drop a comment down below. And if someone else has said that, see if you can find out another drummer that's played with James Brown. Now, this style of music, James Brown, it's funk, right? And funk music really has to feel good, which is quite hard to grasp at first. What makes it feel good, right? But it's just all about everything locking in really tight. So you have to pay attention to the other instruments. James Brown as a singer is very rhythmic, which a lot of singers, they're maybe not so rhythmic, but James Brown is extremely rhythmic in his singing. So you want to listen to him and just make sure you're locked in at exactly the same time. And the bass player especially. You want to listen to that bass player, try and lock in your bass drum with that, and everything that you do, you should be listening to the other instruments as well as focusing on your part. And with that said, drum part in this song, it's really easy, right? It's a 1-bar pattern that just repeats over and over. So the tricky part is to keep it nice and consistent as we repeat that part, okay? So you can see from the beginning our volume's MF, and it actually just stays there all the way down this piece. So we come in, we play 8 bars, and then the first bar is written out again. We do another 8, we do another 8, and then we finish just with a hit on beat 1, and that's just hi-hat and bass drum. So consistency is one part of this, what the examiners are going to be looking for. The other one is a balance between bass drum and hi-hat. So you want your snare drum to be nice and strong on beats 2 and 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. With the hi-hat, careful that your hi-hat doesn't become too loud. You want the bass drum to be nice and strong, but you want the hi-hat to be just a little bit below that. So you want your snare drum to cut through the most, then you want your bass drum a little bit below that, and then probably hi-hat below that. That's the mix we want. But whatever you go for, just try and keep it nice and consistent all the way through, nice and balanced. With that said, it's relatively straightforward. So again, we can take our eyes off of the music a little bit, have a bit of fun. Try and use your ears, listen to all the other instruments, have a look around. Imagine you're on stage. How would you interact with your other band members? So I'll try and do a little bit of that in my performance. So you can hear the drums, you can see the drums, but you can also see what I'm doing if I was on stage, okay? So here we go.
Hot pants. Hey, hot pants. Look, hot pants. Smoke in the hot pants. Let's wear it at. That's where it's at. Sacrifice him all. It look much better than time. Ow. Hot pants. Hey, hot pants. Look, hot pants. Sacrifice him all. Hot pants. Sacrifice him all. Hot pants.
And you really can just get lost in this one. It's more like a jam than a song, right? It's just the same thing over again. Boom, da-dum, boom, ba-dum, da-dum, boom. That's that bass line over and over, right? And the guitar is doing da-da-da-da-da-da. A lot of sort of semi-quaver 16th note stuff. So really just try and get lost in this, listen to it. At the very end, there's a little guitar thing that cues the end. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And then end, something like that. So use your ears to listen to that. It's almost like a cue to finish, and then we finish. So this one's like a jam song. Don't let it put you off that it's a technical focus. it's not really all that technical. There's more challenging ones in this book that are not a technical focus. So just try and jam out, relax, keep that balance and keep that consistency. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.